The most powerful relationship gifts can only be acquired by giving them away. This one is really paradoxical or counterintuitive, which is a word that I heard Rick use previously quite often, and I liked it. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Would you like more trust, more joy, more caring, more kindness, more acceptance, more understanding, more love, more respect in your life? How much do you think people would pay for that? If they could come into my shop and I could say, you know, I can give you all those things. It's $100 a shot, but I can give them to you. All right? I can't give it to them. The way you acquire any of those things is you personally have to start giving them away. And as you start to give those things away, you get them. And the more you give them away, the more you get. Somebody once said, if you don't have the amount of love you would like in your life, take a look at how you might be holding it out. There's this weird thing about giving and receiving. And most people think that givers are the really magnanimous people. They're the really good people. They're out there giving all the time. And I don't have any problem with that. I think it is good to give. Remember, because the way we get these things back is we do give them. But I want to turn the tables on this a little bit, and I want to make an argument for receiving. Because sometimes people think receiving, but I think it depends how you go about it. But receiving can be one of the most powerful things you can do in a relationship. So for example, if I come to you and I say, I don't know how to do this, I need your help. And then I'm totally open to receiving what you are about to offer me. What did I just tell you? I told you that you got valuable stuff to offer people. Me. I mean, is that an affirmation? You see, when you really receive another person, you're telling them they're fully worthy. You're telling them that you think they have something of value to offer. What if everybody felt like they had something of value to offer? You think the world would be a better place? Okay, there's another weird thing that happens, and I figured this out from working with juvenile delinquents. It's really important, if you want to transform people's lives, is to turn helpees, that is, people who are receiving help, into helpers, people who are giving help. So we got this great idea in the probation office. We were going to take a bunch of our juvenile delinquents and make them counselors in a day camp for the developmentally disabled. Now, those of you that worked with the developmentally disabled know that it's really an incredible group of people, because they usually are just up there. They just are telling you what's going on, and they are so appreciative and so affectionate towards anybody who is nice to them. So we got these juvenile delinquents and we trained them, and the community was totally against this. We don't want those drug addict juvenile delinquents being around our kids, blah, blah. We had a heck of a fight to get this. But I can tell you we transformed the lives of about a dozen juvenile delinquents by making them helpers instead of help. They learned the power of receiving. And some of these juvenile delinquents had never really, I think in the last 5 or 6 years of their lives, ever been hugged. But if you work with developmentally disabled, if you're the leader, you become, the focus of all of their positive affection. So these juvenile delinquents walk into camp in the morning, and 6 kids run up and grab them and hug them. And they don't know what to do with all these kids hanging on them, but it feels good, right? And so we just transferred giving to receiving and flipped them back and forth. When you flip the relationship of somebody who's a helper or a helpee and make them a helper. Same thing with teaching. You flip it. This is the most powerful thing you can do in education, is take all the students in your class and make them teachers. And all of a sudden they're learning it for the first time, right? And so that kind of flip. Okay, so that's number 12.